welcome to Dicefunctional, where a bunch of friends sit around, throw some dice, tell a story, and we share that story with you, our wonderful awesome audience and community. Thank you everyone so much for being here. We appreciate your presence this fine day, and a special warm welcome to those of you who might be tuning in for the first time. Greetings and salutations to you, friends. We hope you enjoy your first taste of this friend group, playing some games, telling some stories, and doing all sorts of weird shenanigans and things. It's going to be a good time. I can promise you it's going to be a good time. But before we get to said good time, hey, do you want to watch some D&D? Do you want to watch some things? Do you want to connect with us? Well, I got some great news for you. The first and foremost, if you like watching things live, you can come and check us out play this game live if you're not already doing so every Saturday at around 4 p.m. Eastern time. We're live on this channel. We're playing some D&D. We're throwing some dice, telling a story. You can chat with us live while we play it. It's a great, great time. You can also check us out throughout the week as we do things. Sometimes it's art stuff. Sometimes it's a group game. Sometimes it's a watch. There's all sorts of cool stuff. So you can just check it out throughout the week. If you need to catch up on previous adventures, if you want to catch up on the story for this season or season 1, whatever it might be, head on over to YouTube, youtube.com/@Dicefunctional, where you can check out, like I said, our entire campaign 2, our entire campaign 1. We also have some cool checkpoint episodes if you're the type that you just want to get caught up to where we are now in the story of campaign 2. We also have some one-shots over there. We have other ttrpgs that we have. We got gaming content. We got art content. There's a whole lot of cool stuff over there. So if you are in need or you just want to watch something cool, especially during Pride Month, because, hey, you know, everybody's gay and we love you for it, go check us out there. If you like listening to things, especially if you want something to listen to while you're on your way to a Pride event, make sure you go to wherever it is that you get your podcast, you type in Dicefunctional, and you can find our entire campaign 2, campaign 1, and those checkpoint episodes. There's a whole lot of cool stuff there. It'll keep you entertained while, you know, you're either fighting through the crowd or, you know, punching people that, you know, think that we shouldn't exist, because we endorse both of those. If you want more information from socials, we are at Dicefunctional everywhere except for on Twitter, where we are at Dicefunctional with an _. And if you want more information on the players or on the characters or both, type Dicefunctional into wherever it is that you do your searching. We have an awesome website. It's cool. Check it out. But that is enough of me talking. That's a whole lot of information. It's in the comments. It's wherever it is that it's going to be and all this, so you can check that out later. But for now, we got some D&D to get to. Carter, take it away!
Where we last left the neighborhood watch, they had just made their way to the city of Garan, heading into the black market that was beneath the city, and going about a little bit of business there, purchasing some poisons, we will call them, acquiring some schematics and information, and then making a deal with an individual who went only as the Soothsayer. You all have found your own fair share of information. You've also managed to acquire some hints that things may not be doing so well for you guys, namely Fitz, who you guys are now very much aware is Fitz is very much aware that they are getting closer and closer to being on their last legs, as they only have, I believe it's 6 months remaining. Yeah. But where we had last left off, you guys have made your way back into your little caravan for the night. And you had basically left off there. If you guys have things you want to do, let me know. So, shoot.
2 things. 1, it's 5 months.
5 months,
So
right.
even worse.
I apologize. I misspoke in that case.
Yeah, you're good.
They gave up 6.
You guessed, that's it. You gave up 6 months. My brain automatically made that half.
Yeah. 2,
but
Michelle?
Yeah, go.
Sorry, my mother.
Oh. I thought you were waving at us.
My mother is leaving, and just let me know she's leaving.
Ah, okay.
Anyway, sorry about that.
That's fine.
2, we should probably have a good meeting about what the fuck we're doing.
I think that would not be a bad idea.
Probably a good idea.
Your granny's house.
You're in the cart. You already have a cart. You're in it.
Fine, I guess. Yeah, but it's funnier.
It would have been funnier if you had started off with the like over the bridge and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. But
It didn't come to me.
that's
Yeah. My comedic timing's off today. Apologies. It's from the congestion because pollen count here is very high. No, Darius is gonna call a group huddle.
Okay.
No, you gotta get in the huddle. And she'll just start with saying, so, Fitz, you've got left.
just sort of spitballing. Probably about 5.
We really need to get to work on you. Nah, don't even think about it. The sooner we deal with one with you, the better. So, this happened when you were leaving Xande's? Claims you guys left on shaky terms. And that you were liable to hurt yourself.
No, that is entirely false. I had things to do. And I don't even know if I would consider it shaky turn. It wasn't. Getting kicked out isn't necessarily leaving much room for shaky.
So basically, we can't trust what he says. Okay.
No, they seem to be pretty intent on, shaping it the best of their ability.
They're probably protecting their own image.
So do we kill
protecting-
them, or...
The temptation is
I
there,
am
but
game
let's
for
wait.
this.
I got.
No, this is a good idea.
I just did the accent thing, and it gave me either Glendale, California, or Boston, Massachusetts.
I mean, to be fair, Boston's a lot closer.
Boston's a lot
Wicked
closer, but I
accurate.
don't have a Boston accent.
Well, the thing
You
is, you
can't
probably
even get
say
around the New York Times thing, so
I had
you have to remove the element.
yeah, you have to break the element
I
to make it
can't
work.
do it. It's not
Yeah.
letting me get past it.
Keep
If you
talking.
do-
I'll
I got
help
it to-
I'll help you.
No,
to
no,
work
it's
on
fine. I don't need to do
yeah.
it. Just stay.
Figure it out after.
I'm trying to be a part of the
Yeah, maybe
conversation as well.
Are we
Um,
killing,
we'll fix it
are
later.
We killing
We'll fix
her
it in
or
post.
not?
I don't. I think
Look.
that's our last ditch effort. Like, there's gotta be other solutions that
And I-
don't involve taking the life of a very well-known and powerful wizard.
Also, as much as I hate to say it, it is Fitz's choice at the end of the day, Kaz.
That's
It-
true.
However, if,
No,
That
I'm
is
just,
it.
If we
I'm
do-
just saying, if things get hard, that's not my problem, okay? I'm just saying.
How about we let Fitz in?
I know.
Fitz?
I was just going to say that, to be fair, one of the last things that Paz, or well, not one of the last, Paz told me before, you know, everything happened, was to possibly kill Xande, and we all know at this point that I was getting some, no offense, bad information.
No offense to cause.
Yeah. No offense. Bad information.
Cause will pipe up and say, none taken. But it is still a solution.
It just might not be our best one.
The worst solution, it sounds like.
It's something that we'll have to do if nothing else works.
Or if they attack us first.
Yeah.
I don't want it again. That was weird.
I don't want anyone to die, let alone you again.
Did you get a new diamond before we go on?
Can I do that before we go out of town?
Yes, you
Postmates
can buy.
that to the cart.
No,
Yeah.
you will be able to
Uh,
purchase You'll be able to get 300 gold's worth of diamond. Yes, but that would be about all you'd be able to get.
Okay. Smoke and mirrors that in the background. You have another one.
Yeah, because I don't need to go through the whole process of that.
Fantasy post.
Just- Make sure the 300 gold. What's up, Fizzy?
I am, talking to Xande. I just worry because Xande does not sound like he's a good or whatever pronoun. I think it's all pronouns, right? You said I don't remember. Any and all.
They may be a piece of shit, but we respect their pronouns.
That's why I'm like they, he, they,
You don't have to use all the same. You could just use any of them.
He's like Anyway.
This makes me feel like I'm meeting my wife.
No, my question is, they do not seem to be truth tellers, from what we've already established. Who's to say they won't lie to make sure they're protected and willing to sacrifice Fitz? Because that's what it seems like.
Well, that's why Fitz doesn't go alone. And we might need to take other precautions. We may need to spy a little before we go in, if Kaz is up for being nosy.
I mean, I could.
The more information we have and possible blackmail, the better. I'm not above blackmailing to save someone's life.
Can I get an inside check on Fitz?
Can I also
You may.
get an insight on Fitz?
You may. Feel free to roll.
I'm just watching Jill go, Alright. Starting off strong.
Oh,
I
you're starting
forgot it.
strong.
Getting the bad. No, I'm getting the bad rolls out of the way.
Oh,
first.
wait. Hold on. I have to roll that again.
So I forgot I'm supposed to be taking notes, so I'm just gonna.
Hold on. Because guess who's still at disadvantage?
Oh yeah, you need a
Oh
nap.
yeah, you need the rest.
No, I took a nap. I need to take 2
You
more
need
naps.
more.
Two more
Yeah,
I'm
naps.
still at 2
perfect.
points. It's a 20. A dirty 20, but a 20 nonetheless.
Okay.
How's Fitz?
Grady, Fitz is the most confident you've ever seen. He's so confident. Ready?
Yeah.
Fitz is about to fall to pieces. Fitz is a second away from crumbling to dust.
You're just gonna see Darius very, very slowly do what she always does and take the baby blanket.
Okay.
I don't know how else to comfort you in this moment because you look rough.
Yeah.
Can you tell us how you're feeling, Fitz?
Sort of projected out loud from every part of me, but I'm incredibly anxious and nervous about this because I haven't seen them since,
Fitz, I'm gonna ask you a question you're not gonna like.
Okay.
What exactly happened the night that it happened?
Just, normal stuff.
Fitz, we can't solve a case without all the pieces.
It was... You know how sometimes you get frustrated and you lash out when you're frustrated? I lashed out. I couldn't figure something out. Something simple. And I guess it must have been the last straw.
As I
So
might change my
Xande.
mind on the killing.
Xande lashed out at you. Look, I know we all are feeling the bloodlust and protection of Fitz, but well, one again, as you said, ultimately it's Fitz's choice. But also, I may point out there are worse punishments than death.
This is true.
We can.
You know, I may have a couple ideas. Just
Do not
saying.
cut off those limbs and tell them that you own them again. That was
That is
fun.
First of all, you did not hear that.
It's true, yeah. No
Oh,
one
that's
heard
true.
the
Never mind.
tone.
Then I will
Nobody
say-
heard that.
don't cut off. I'll say no one cut off. Don't cut off all those.
This would be
Not
a
all
blow.
of them. I've already done multiple tests. I have the information that I need from that. But no, there is something else that I have in mind. But this is of course after we get Fitz to a place where you can live your life. This is not at least to my understanding. I think the biggest issue, the first issue that we need to make sure that we address is Fitz getting you to a state where you are literally not going to fall away from your own skeletal system. So, confronting this man is it is important to get what you need out of it first. If we have the chance to exact revenge, or then maybe use him in some sort of plot to gain ourselves a higher advantage, and we're able to administer justice from there. Those are all secondary. The first thing is making sure that you are able to continue to live. No?
I agree.
So let us focus on confronting him. We confront him, and then when we're done confronting him, in whatever way that ends up falling out, then we can have a discussion about what to do with him. Because clearly, a lot of the systems at play for somebody who has that much kind of power is it would be difficult in some cases. So, who better than the neighborhood watch to make sure justice is done? Huh?
Let's just make sure it's justice and not just revenge.
Garrus is going to lean over to Kaz and go, I'm going to let you steal whatever you want from them.
Noted. Okay.
You don't need to whisper that. I'm not gonna stop you.
Also, at the end of the day, I think we need to let Fitz lead what we do.
Fitz, we are.
Because I think they would explode. Am I wrong?
You don't have to lead if you don't want to, but
Okay, well,
we just need to make sure we don't do something that you don't want us to do.
The decisions
Okay.
are yours.
Be a backseat horse rider, so to speak.
I think that if I just now that I found out that I there's a reason I can't do wizard magic, I think if I explain that, maybe they won't be mad anymore. And they'll undo whatever happened.
Oh,
I think it's.
That's a Miss
The
Poppy.
It's a
I
poppy.
don't see Poppy a lot.
No.
Poppy. I usually only see her little
Does-
tail.
does Poppy like the little face massages that some people do, where like they spread their?
Loves it until she's done, and then you won't see her for
Right.
another 6 hours.
Right. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
a cat.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it is. Fitz, if you want to try to explain this to Xande, I think it is worth a shot. It's something they didn't know.
I have a suggestion. I've already laid a little bit of groundwork for this without telling you, which is that I am investigating you as a missing person.
Was this the conversation you had that you just sort of dumped on me as we were exchanging watches and you said, oh, I talked to Xande?
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Now I'm not only a disappointing wizard, but I'm also missing. Not your fault.
To be fair, your parents don't know where you are.
They know that I'm alright. I'm not missing from the law. I'm working
I
sort of
did.
with the law.
I kind of told them that they were looking for you, so your family was looking for you. So like,
What are you going to do when Xande, my mentor, contacts my family?
do you really think your mentor is gonna?
Oh, I haven't seen them in a while ago.
You think they would have already contacted your family?
I was a missing persons. And now that I'm not in the picture, they might try to talk to my family. Good thing I got to him, told him the truth, no matter how much I cried about it. It's very brave.
We could faintly see Poppy's face popping up just a little bit at the bottom of the screen.
Wait,
Julia-
can I have a question?
Yeah.
To really? No, this is a
In
physical
character?
question.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fizzy. You're good.
If we were able to figure out the blood thing with Fitz, right? The bloodline thing with Fitz, and we're
Yeah.
not that powerful, why wouldn't Xande know?
From what my sister told me, it is not common. And to be fair to Xande, as much as it pains me to be in this situation, Fitz does have a very of it. That's why he can still do some very simple spell casting. And in fact could do more advanced, but it would take years of training beyond what they've already gotten. So they wouldn't know to look for it. Unless they were being willingly blind of it.
I'm gonna keep my eye on Xande.
I do have a question.
What's
Are we
up?
making the assumption that Xande is in their tower, basically? Or are they somewhere else?
The tower
long
would
as
probably be
I
the
knew
place
them.
to look.
Then, if you've been in the tower, couldn't you just make a map for it?
Well, it's been longer than my time allows since I've been inside of there. I could probably give you vagaries, but nothing concrete.
At least some notability of something to look out for if we do happen to go in there.
I mean, I can find out if Xande's in the tower.
They might. What are you thinking?
I can just do divination. Do my little
Fair enough.
dance. Nice.
I'd say they might have anti-watch stuff on
No.
the tower, which is why I was asking that.
No,
They
no.
also might have anti-divination, but still worth a shot.
Divination's
I-
a little harder to avoid.
Yeah, I'm literally asking if they're gonna be they're in the tower. That's it. So like, if we go to the tower, will we find them there? That's literally gonna be my question. But I do have to go get more crystals.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to know, so we can at least know to go there. Would that help, Fitz?
It would certainly make things a little less awkward.
Okay.
We were to show up there.
I mean, I could also just ask where they are. If we wanted to, I could ask if we wanted to go where they go. Where would we go?
If we wanted to go where they're going, but where they're going, we don't know where they're going, but we wanted to go there. Where would we be going?
So can someone please take 25 GP off? And I'll do my little dance again.
Yes, your little dance around the crystals.
Yes.
Dizzy's flossing.
Stabbing.
I hate that as a concept. I know. I know.
Doing the hand jive.
Jesus. The
Doing
Macarena.
the bus stop. The Macarena.
You're a fucking dork.
The electric slide.
You
To
are
be fair,
old.
and no offense, Michelle is closer to 40 than 30.
Exactly.
We can tell.
2 years away from 40, baby.
Ay, ay, ay.
I did these.
Take it back.
I
now,
did the
y'all.
bus stop
have
and
this
like
time.
the electric slide in PE class when I was in like 5th grade.
Ugh.
Okay,
It's
but
like part of
like
the-
that's also a staple of weddings. You have to know how to do that. If you're
You
going to a white
know.
wedding, it's a staple.
What are you talking about?
Have you ever been to a wedding reception
Been to multiple.
and they didn't have the electric slide? You're not going to rich enough white people weddings.
I went to one of Becca's. Thank you very goddamn much.
Yeah, we didn't do the electric slide there.
I guess. it's
Are they really wed then? I don't think you should
don't
check
know.
They
the
also have to-
legal requirements.
Last
You're
time I
also
checked,
supposed to
we
do the
still
Cupid
went.
shuffle.
Yeah,
Oh
Cupid
God,
shuffle.
no!
Cupid
What
shuffle.
the hell's the Cupid shuffle?
a Cupid
What?
shuffle.
Cupid? Cupid?
You don't know the
What's
Cupid
the
shuffle?
Cupid shuffle.
Like
Becca,
the,
Becca, you
like
Cupid.
the song?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a dance that goes with
Dance.
it.
I didn't know if the dance goes with it.
I did the dance when I slept in front of the mall here to meet somebody from Twilight. We stood in a big line and did the Cupid shuffle. And there's a video on it somewhere online.
I've never
I'm
been
gonna go find that
the
video,
actual
Jill.
dance, but also the song didn't come up.
So
See
no
my
Cupid
memory.
shuffle.
There was a lot of like songs from my high school era because my cousin's not that much older than me. She's only a couple of years older than me.
They did not
Chicken
do the chicken dance.
No! What was
at
the
a
other one?
Why
rich
There was
is
a
she
white
list with
person's
what song?
wedding.
Movie.
What was
They
the other one?
are-
There was 2 others. There was Wobble Baby,
I don't know.
Cupid
that
shuffle.
one.
Oh yeah, well,
Electric Slide. What was the other one? It was the white people wedding playlist. It's the most accurate thing I've seen.
oh
on
yeah. You sent that
Slide
to
the
me,
left.
or did I
did,
send
I
it to
can't
you?
remember.
Slide
I
to
sent
the
it to
right.
you.
Okay.
Guys,
I'm sorry, we're getting way off topic.
Yeah,
Wait.
so I was like, we're playing a game.
I-
I don't want to dissociate again.
I just need to point out the least white person goes, guys, what the fuck are you talking about?
Don't worry, they're all
Anyway,
traumatic experiences. Speaking of what Fitz
we
is
will-
going through,
We'll listen to the POCs and move on from this conversation.
Anyway, I will ask, where do we go if we want to find Xande?
Let me check divination real quick.
If
I forget
we're
that
going
I
right now. It
I
has to be
forget
within
that-
the next 7 days.
I forget that I have to Google weird things in the process of this game. Because I typed in divination, and I forgot that at one point I typed in bone divination. And, yeah.
Anyway.
Bones.
Yeah, you
Yep.
throw them on the ground, and if they're
Yeah.
touching each other, it means different things.
Throw the
You
bones.
can
I
also
wanna
put
watch
bones into
this.
fire.
But
Yeah.
it's within the next 7 days. Like you ask a question within the next 7 days.
I offer a truthful reply.
Well, if it's game dance.
Hold on. When did you cast this the other time?
Oh, that's right. I have to wait.
No, you don't have to wait. There's a 25% chance that you get a random reading. And every time you keep going past that, it
yeah,
ups more
it's
and
within
more and
7
more.
days, right?
It is if you cast a spell 2 or more times before finishing your next long rest.
Okay,
there's a
I'm gonna
cumulative-
wait. Then I'm gonna wait until the long rest to do it. Then.
Good idea.
Okay. Then I will wait until the long rest to do it because I Fizzy would know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
getting our gold back then for the meantime?
No,
I'm
you're still gonna need it for casting the spell again.
That's true. Just make
Yeah.
a note of that to not spend another 25 when
Yeah.
you cast it.
Well, we won't
I'll have to.
know anything until we get closer to the tower. Where is the tower?
By Thornhurst. Like extremely close to Thornhurst.
We can stop and see High Lord if he's got any leads for Kaz.
I mean, I have the sending stone to ask.
Yeah, I know, but it's sometimes easier to bother people in person because, you know.
Is it also by where we get the poncho?
Poncho's down south.
Oh.
Yeah, Poncho is at Villevel.
I
If I recall
don't-
correctly.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm very bad at directions in maps.
That's fair.
In maps.
Yeah, you're fine.
Not in like real. I can see stuff in the ground, and I can track that way. But maps,
mean,
I don't understand them.
It's still a train ride from Giron. If we need to wait for divination, we might as well go get the poncho because we wanted it from
Well,
the
hold
start.
on. Do you still want the poncho?
Oh, that's a good question.
Sort of, but I really don't know if I want to show up to my old mentor's tower wearing a frog poncho. I don't
You
really
don't
know
have to
that's
be
the
wearing
image
it when we
that I
get
want
there.
to project.
I don't-
I'm not really.
Mess.
I
Grandmother
don't see the
to
issue
me at
here.
a station.
I'm gonna need someone to draw that now. You know how we have that
Frog
thumbnail
wizard,
of Frog in the
wizard
cloak?
Fitz.
Sorry. It's not a.
I'll be sure to pass that along to Matt and Fernando that you were like, no, I don't want to show up to my master's house with a poncho on.
Oh God.
Just
I look like
specifically.
a little kid wearing one of those hooded towels that has a frog on it.
But regardless, it wouldn't hurt to stop in Thornhurst, since, you know, last time we were there, we were a bit more on the run. We might still be able to find some of this. And we can make Connor suffer with another shopping episode.
I don't care. It's
God.
my job.
Or
We just do
stealing
not
shit.
need another-
No. It was more just, because we've already sold all our shit. We don't really need to worry about it.
Okay.
So yeah, as for it's up to you guys where you want to go first. If you want to take a trip to Villevel, you can. If you want to go over to Thornhurst immediately, that's fine. Just tell me where you want to go.
Let's do it afterwards, so Fitz has a reward when we're done.
Like a reward.
Positive
like a treat.
reinforcement.
Question.
Good job, you confronted your trauma. Frog poncho.
Is that not how you want someone to?
I can't
It's
think of a
like
better
you.
reward, honestly.
In fairness, I mean, like, if you manage to get the kid to go to the dentist, like, you give them a lollipop afterwards. It's like that with Fitz.
Hey Jill, what do we do after every one of your doctor's appointments?
Ice cream. And I'm always so excited about it. I'm like, I'm not just but I can't get ice cream afterwards. Guys, am I 12?
Yes.
I think you might be 12.
Can I tell you what's worse? I did that intentionally to positively associate the doctor.
Jill's getting Pavloved.
Oh.
Doctor's appointment, ice cream.
Where's the bell? Where's the bell?
Jesus Christ.
I do it because I love
Bravo.
giving it my friend.
Fuck. That's great, actually. So yeah,
Thank you.
you guys need to take a long rest first and foremost. So let's go through that. Restore
Oh,
any
thank
missing
God.
hit points. Knock off points of exhaustion. That's
Working on her.
I'm doing things.
Hi.
Asher's doing things.
Asher's doing things.
Yeah.
Okay.
If there's time before or ever longer, I got to get better about calling out what I'm doing rather than just saying, "Oh yeah, we did it in the side."
Yeah.
Fuck. Flamethrower. I think we're gonna make a. Where's the nitro? How much nitroglycerin did we have?
That's actually
Check
in.
the thing. I think we have 9 left.
Yep,
Nine
it is.
left.
It is listed in group inventory. You have
Okay.
8 left.
8 left.
8.
Asher's
One off.
gonna make 3 more.
More mines.
3 more mines. Yeah.
Okay.
Um.
Roll for those, please.
Mines. Okay. What are numbers? 24. 24. And then 28.
Okay. They're all passes. They all come out fine, just like you expect.
Yep.
Add them to your inventory, and you're using you used 3 doses, right?
Yes. Yep. 1
Okay.
dose each.
You're down to 5.
Cool. I'll get those on later. And then want to work on the flame thrower and hand, because Asher's just doing a little bit of freestyle session too.
Mhm.
Because I know Jolly wanted to have Costello talk to Asher. So
I know, but I don't know what to do at this point.
well, Asher is just working in his shop right now. So let me make my rolls, and then if Costello wants to pop in there.
Yeah, it's
I
up to
can
you, dude.
pop in. After the rolls, so.
Ooh. How about a 29 on the flamethrower?
29 the flamethrower.
Yep.
Very good. So what were the adjustments you were trying to make to the flamethrower, by the way?
So what Asher's doing to the flamethrower is making it so he doesn't have to carry a physical flamethrower anymore. He has the pack that's part of the pack that he has. It's just gonna have all of his stuff in there in a pack instead on his back. That includes the flamethrower tank, and then he's attaching it to, because he has that metal gauntlet that he bought for his left arm. So it's the nozzle's just gonna be there, so he doesn't have to swap weapons. It's just a thing that he can has and hopefully use it as a reaction in the future.
Okay. Okay, you start making progress on that.
Okay.
Beginning to tinker away at it.
Yeah. And then arm. What is that gonna be? Only a 15.
Only a 15?
Yeah.
Work is slow.
Yeah.
It is still going well enough. You have no complaints, but it's slow.
Yep. All right, cool. And then Asher's just freestyling on the gun, not major progress, but the door is open.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Asher.
Actually, interesting. I got an interesting tidbit for you, Jolly. So coming in there, it's been a couple days, but Asher does have he has like an apron on, and he has his button-up shirt. It's like open a little bit more than normal. I know you have at least a decent perception. You would notice that Asher has a lot of like bruising around like his neck in this upper area here, from where he got bit and then thrown and half swallowed by the other guy. It seems like the injury is healing while he's not bleeding anymore. He's, physically it's remaining on his body a little while longer than like you, for instance.
Oh, you bruise very easily, Asher.
That's true. I was a sickly child, and I don't know. I just don't heal as fast as the rest of you.
Do you want me to fetch Busy to heal you up, or?
Well, there's not really much that can be done, unfortunately. Visibly, at Lingars, I feel as healthy as can be, but just the memories of the injuries, if you will, they just stay a little bit longer. What?
Yeah, speaking of that last fight, I need some improvements on my weapons.
I thought you would never ask. And you see Asher brings out these 3 just rolls of paper and just dumps them on the table. All right. So first and foremost, your whole hidden blade set up, and Asher's gonna roll out this large piece of parchment that he has, and you are gonna see what is almost an exact like drawing of the parasol that you have, but then he's gonna show you the rapier at the end of it. All right, so what I'm thinking is, first for your blade, first of all, I will tune it up just a bit. It's not bad, but there is I can make some improvements to it. If you see here, what we can do, and this is my idea with magnets. What we can do is, if you are to lay into someone with a few hits, you could then, after leaving them with a few hits, if you are able to back up, what you can do then is you can retract the bits of the blade left and do just as much damage again to them. So you are dealing more damage. We will reinforce the actual the shaft of the parasol itself. That way you can potentially use it in other maneuvers. What I would like to do, and we can get with Darius on what exactly it is that you want to put in the end of it, but we can actually launch darts out of the end of the parasol itself. So that way you can have a bit of range, but because of how powerful this is, you could even get up close and stick the end of the parasol into someone and just pull the trigger. And instantly they're hit with some sort of poison. You could do this just as you're walking by someone, just bump into them and they'll feel a pinch, but what is in here? There's no dart. It is already inside of them. They don't know what is going on.
Why are you looking at KGB assassination tools?
Don't worry about it.
Because that's literally something that they use
I
for
know.
assassinations.
I know. I know this. Jace knows this because Jace watched too much of that shit as a kid. All right. But the other thing that I am thinking of is you like doing things from a height. So hear me out. Instead of having to worry about let me make sure I have safety wires or something, what if we just enchant the parcel itself with feather fall? So whenever you open it, you have feather fall. You could even employ it with something where if you were up high, you could feather fall on top of somebody and then just close it and instantly get the drop on someone. You could fall from the top of the building. You could just be falling and then just right as they're coming under you, you close it and instantly hit them. How the fuck are you going to think of that? You know? All right. So that is the first piece. I will not be able to do this all at once. You will not have a parasol for potentially 2 years if I'm trying to do this all at once. To try doing a lot of enchantments all at once, just make it is an exponential thing. It takes longer. I can do it in a shorter time period. If I do it in parts, we can also find the things we need. Okay, so number 2. And he rolls out a thing and it looks like a diagram, sort of like the Da Vinci human look. But you see there are 5 specific points. All right, so the second, this one is a bit interesting. So I have been working with bots and things of the like, and he kind of points around. There are a bunch of spider bots now, just kind of crawling over, doing little artificer things, touching up some of his weapons and stuff like that. All right. So part of my work has been working with prosthetics, no?
Right.
So with that knowledge of the human body, what I can do is take something like the enhanceability spell, and I can have it on you at all times, so that way you can call on it when you need it. So this is a piece that goes around the head. Don't worry, I'll make it very fashionable. It will look almost like a circlet for you. And you can fit it under hats. You can just keep it under your hair, so nobody needs to see it. But with these 2 bracelets and the 2 anklets, what they will do is they will help your body communicate better with itself and know where they are in space. The basic version of that, Jolly, is Asher's found a way to give you enhanceability pretty much on tap. So like you could use it like a couple times a day, basically, and then it would recharge. All right, that is a separate thing. We will do that. That I think is that's a whole separate thing. I can work on both of them at the same time. This one, the metal is a bit more expensive, so we would need to probably find it. I don't have enough on me, but we can look for that. Parasol first,
Okay.
this at the same time, but this is a future project. I'm getting there, but check these out. And he's gonna roll it open, and it is a beautiful, beautiful pair of boots. They look like a very soft leather. There's a lot of very intricate like scroll work on it. You notice there's a little bit of, it almost looks like a phoenix tail on the one side of it, similar to what you see on the tattoo that Asher has, like going across his back and connects to his arm. Hear me out. What if we make you faster?
Oh my god.
So
Okay.
these use a spell that is called haste. I am not quite strong enough to fully manifest the spell itself, but once I am, I will be able to make you boots that you will be able to activate the boots. You will be able to then also activate the bracelets, and you will have a more powerful parasol. So between the three items, you put those all together, you will move faster, you will hit better, and you will hit harder. And nobody will be able to touch you. In fact, with the boots themselves, you will literally go twice as fast and twice as far.
Sure, I'm scared and terrified.
Good.
I didn't expect that much modification.
This is what I do in the free time. The mind goes. You are a great person. You have a great set of skills. You have a good heart. You are my friend. You're a very close friend. And for my close friends, I want to make sure that you have the best things available. This is also just, it is fun for me as well. So I can give you a list of the things that we will need. You know my usual rules. I truly do not give a fuck where you get these from. If they come off of a dead body, if they come from, somebody who is rich, don't give a fuck.
Okay. Yes.
We will do them as I'm able to do them. And I will also be able to continue to make the blade on your parasol even better. Because honestly, with the parasol itself, instead of having to smack somebody with the stake, just smack them with the parasol now. Just make it better for that. It can withstand that now. I won't be able to start on it tonight, but if these are what you're interested in, I can potentially begin work on the blade. I should have it enough for the upgraded blade. I should be able to start working on it soon. For you, if you would like.
I'm fine with anything as long as you're not busy with other things, honestly. If the rapier does have to be temporarily not be used, I can just use my daggers for now.
Oh, no. I will make it the same dimensions as the one that you have now. But I need to do something with the Xande. There's a whole lot that goes into it. So you're going to use what you have now.
Okay.
And I will build around it. So that way you're not losing your ability to use what you have now.
Okay.
All right. Excellent.
Thank you.
You are quite welcome. This will be cool. This will be very cool. And if there is, if you have a specific request, or if there is something you're like, no, I don't like that, I would like you to do something else, you just let me know, and we will get you sorted. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Cool. All right. I will begin those tomorrow. I don't have the time to do that now. There are a lot of projects. This is me when I have a lot of projects. The bigger guy. Trying to get. They're smart. They're not smart enough yet. Costello, how are you doing?
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
No.
Honestly, I keep getting eaten. It is a weird problem to have. I have had lots of problems. I have solved many problems over my time. I can do all of this. I can plan around an entire person's ability set and give them the most magnificent ideas at all. In fact, there have often been times where my siblings and even my parents have come to me for ideas because this is what I do. This is what I'm thinking of constantly. But how the fuck do I keep myself from getting it done?
From getting bored?
Truly. I am not into war. That is not something that I'm into. I would really like it to stop happening to me. You know?
I don't know the solution to that.
I don't know either.
Oh.
It's a weird thing to be thinking about a lot. I must admit.
Why do you keep getting eaten?
Don't know. I don't. I admit the first time it was a bad idea and I let it happen to me. I wanted that to happen. But the second time it was not the plan. It is just, if it happens again, I'm going to have to start walking around in a full suit of armor, you know? Put just spikes on it. Just everyone stay away from me. Just walk around like a porcupine all the time.
Is the only solution to explode the inside?
No, it is not. It is not. We learned this the first time. The second time it was just... Darius was dead and I needed to get out of him and... There you go. It was the solution. But if I never use another one of those bombats on the inside of a beast that has eaten me again, it will be too soon.
Maybe
there's
words. A more natural solution for things to throw up.
This is brilliant, Casella. I have been thinking, what if it is like a secretion or something? It is the armor, and it's instead of something physical, it is a chemical reaction.
Asher's gonna make himself taste like Nintendo cartridges.
Pretty much, yeah. Or what if it was a combination? This could be an experiment with... All right, so Costello, hear me out. I'm going to need you to kill some people with your darts, because we are going to use this as a trial run for some armor.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
We will get to this, but when we do, I'm counting on you for this. I cannot run this experiment well, but you are perfect for it. I like this a lot.
What's the plan here?
You just have to stab people with the poison.
Oh, okay. That's pretty easy.
And we will make sure that it is make sure the pressure is constant. Get the right pressure and all of that, and then once we get that figured out, the next time I'm eaten, there will be spikes. And then what if the spikes shoot out poison into whatever it is, and then it gets sick and just throws me up before I'm digested?
Yeah, I think that could work. I mean, I'm just saying this because sometimes as a kid I ate things and my mom had to give me something to throw those up.
What did she give you?
I don't know. I was a kid. Okay, I ate dumb things as a kid.
I mean, you do all sorts of dumb things as a kid, no? Yeah. It's an interesting problem to have. My problem, honestly, was more that I never ate, but I couldn't keep things down. I actually had the opposite problem. If we run into your mom's again, we will have to ask.
Yeah,
That might be a good idea.
I don't know. That's a little embarrassing to ask. I'm just saying this out of experience.
But there's got to be something.
Something. I'm pretty sure.
I wonder if Darius would know. She has been a parent for a while. She does the poisons and things.
Yeah, actually, that would make sense.
Wait, and she might know a good way to get people to throw up. Thing is, that is the goal.
You're saying this as a future problem if Ashwin gets eaten again.
Wait. This is well, it is a good thing to know. It is weird that this is now a problem that we have to regularly worry about and solve. Is getting it done. Oh, but think about these two. What if with the vampires? We're clearly going to run into them again, and their whole thing is eating. You know, get them to throw up. It's an effective defense.
Get them to throw for what reason?
If they're trying to eat you, if you get them to throw up, done. Problem solved.
Oh god, I'm getting nauseous from this conversation about this.
This is a very weird conversation to have. Very oddly specific, you know. But yes, Kazela will get to work on this right away. Well, not right away, but tomorrow, right away. And as soon as I am done, we will start with the blade. The rapier.
Okay.
All right. I will start there for you. Easy as that. And if you find any cool metals or things you want to add to it, you let me know, okay?
Okay. Thank you, Asher.
You are welcome, Costello. All right. Now, where did I put that? No, I thought the bolt is, it's over there in the corner. And Asher's gonna go over into the corner and start yelling at the bots that are putting together something wrong.
All right. Any other scenes that need to happen? Gotcha. So, in that case, you guys take your long rest. You will wake up. It is early in the morning, about 7:30. What's the plan? Where do you want to go first?
I would like to do my divination before we decide.
Okay, divination.
Oh yeah, dance. And she does it in the living room in front of everyone. She doesn't care.
Okay. All right. So, and your question was again, because I have forgotten by now.
Where do we go if we want to find Xande?
Her tower.
The tower, okay. Tower, okay. After she does her little jig, she'll just look up at Fitz and be like, okay, it's the tower. That's where they're at. Tara's told me so.
Start making our way.
Making our way.
Making our way.
Sorry.
All right. So, you guys purchased some tickets to get over to Elbadil. Leaving at 8:30, you would arrive in Elbadil right at about 11 in the afternoon. Sorry, 11 in the morning. I misspoke. So.
Good, because you can say it too.
Oh, Brandon Yuri in this chat.
Feeling so good.
To be fair, that was back when, Panic at the Disco
When it was
Panic
an
at the
actual
Disco,
band and not
Brendan
just
Urie.
a one-man
yeah.
show pretending to be a band. Guys, did
Speaking
you
of
know
one-man bands, like we
Brendan
talked about the
Urie
other day.
broke up with Brandon Urie the other, last year?
Brandon Yuri,
Whatever.
derogatory.
His voice was shot anyways. You heard him
Yeah,
sing
because
recently?
he keeps over doing it.
Anyways, where are we?
Anyway,
You are in Elbadil at this point. Because now to get to Thornhurst, it means going off-road. So, unless there is anything you guys wish to do in the city of Elbadil, you guys would begin making your way towards Thornhurst, which would be about a day, 2 days travel over rough lands with no roads.
Question. Are there? I don't remember. If we want to find out about, if I want to find out about Volkashaw, that guy. If for there are libraries or whatever, I couldn't read them. What if I
No.
could ask someone to do it for me?
Yes.
Just
You can't
is-
read. Someone else can.
Someone else can.
You have
Like-
multiple people who read in this group, and one of which is a researcher.
Exactly.
So fast.
Is there a library in Elbadil before we just move on?
There is a library in Elbadil. Yes, it's simply just the Elbadil City Library.
Because I think at this point, Fizzy would just kind of make it known that she would like information about this guy, but she physically cannot do it. It would require the help of others. So if we stop in places, if they could just look for her and relay the information to her. Because I have researchers at my disposal.
If you'd like, you very
Fizzy's
well.
team of researchers.
If you'd like, you guys very well can take a stop here and try to learn about Arcanist Vokore Shaw.
Yes. I mean, I would also like to do it in the town when we get back.
Yeah.
I would like to talk to the headmaster and stuff and Huron.
Yeah, sir.
But I'll wait till we
Um,
get back for that. So that's
Okay, hand was raised here with Jess.
Does anyone here sell magic paper?
Yes, there will be a place that would have magic paper. Hold on, let me just pull up the map for Elbadil now.
But I don't need much in the sense of going and shopping about, but I do need magic paper.
we're just making
Not
a
to
quick
sound
stop.
like
A quick
not to
stop
sound
before
like
we-
moody.
Listen,
Also,
Rudy
just this.
needed the magic paper. You just need it now.
And so
You're
do
the
I.
person. You're the
Well,
person.
You
that
want me
needs
to
it.
get
Welcome
a
to the
lot of
fucking
cool
club,
utility
nerd.
spells? If you want me to have utility spells, I need 2 things: a lot of blood and magic paper.
So,
You had an alarmed look on your face when I said that.
I only said
So-
that because my brain immediately derailed to how does your body make blood. Go ahead, sorry.
no, you're fine. This is going to be the beauty of this map setup that I have done for myself. You guys are looking for the Elbadil City Library, which I'll say is this blank building right here, which I will detail out later and fill up on the map so that you guys can see it properly. So it will be right here. Boop. Making your way inside of the library themselves, you will see that currently at the main desk, there is what appears to be a familiar face behind the library desk, and he looks over at you all and goes, "It's very nice to see you all again. I am glad to see you've got your way out of that nasty business in the manor." And you will see you're looking at Regan Romilly, the
Your
Dragonborn
best
fellow.
friend.
Oh,
I don't think Mike fully picked up what you just did. I was like, that voice is familiar.
That's my best friend.
How's Fitz reacting? Although Fitz was wearing a mask last time. I'm ugly now. I'm sorry.
Is there anything I can do to assist you all?
Book.
The book's about
Vokore
What's his name?
Shaw.
Vokore Shaw. So just think it as
Vokore
Vokore Shaw.
Decoration.
What was that dance?
Well, yes, I'm sure we can attempt to find information on this. We have a few books on sorcerers and wizards and other sorts of individuals. It's very nice to see you again, my dear friend. I see you've removed your mask. Are you injured?
In a way, sort of a slow-moving illness, really.
I'm sorry to hear that, but if it's any consolation, I'm sure you'll be fine. You'll figure out how to fix it.
Plan.
Um,
But again, I'm quite glad you also made it out of there.
yes.
Mass business.
Well, there wasn't very much for the gods to be speaking with me about, and as the money that I was giving to Roy was no longer needed, I did take it back. And the library's mine now. Well, ours. Mine and the city of Elbadil, technically. I decided it was wiser to simply just work with the city as opposed to try and make it private, you know? Makes my day a little bit easier. But you're looking for information on a Arcanist, correct?
Yes, the notoriously missing one.
Yes. We can try to find what we can. There are some small things that will most likely make it a bit difficult. Unfortunately, as there are laws that were put in place for a while, spellcasters and information on them can be restricted, depending. It doesn't happen very much, and I don't believe we should have too much trouble, but there may be some blank spots on Mr. Shaw. But I will show you in the direction of where it would be, if we are lucky.
And I assume that Fizzy is tagging along. Okay. Because Fitz is gonna read out loud to Fizzy. Be like, is this information pertinent to you?
Yeah, she's going along. She looks very, like, she's like eyes are darting around everywhere, like looking at everything. Is it a lot of books, Connor?
Oh yes, quite a few of these books are very long.
Oh wow, this is a lot. Is this what libraries look like?
Usually.
Wow.
Nice. Very quiet. Full shelves.
So do I just like sit?
Normally, find a place to sit down and read in the silence.
Have paper and a pencil and like, so I can like draw things. I don't do well when I just sit, so I need something to do. Maybe.
I'm sure I can find some pens and paper that you can use. Yes.
Maybe some coloring.
Fizzy gets coloring pages at the library.
He
Meet
will.
the cat green.
He will wander off and find some pens and paper for you. So I would like an investigation check from you, Fitz, as you are doing majority of the work.
I'm gonna do a drawing check.
7, but I'll pull up.
A drawing check, okay?
It's
You can
very
do that too.
ugly. It's very ugly.
I was correct. You have a +7. Not bad.
19?
Total.
Okay. Did you roll for advantage on this? Because remember, you're a scholar. It's one of your traits. There we go.
It's been a
I was
while.
gonna say
Listen.
it's a 19 again.
That one's
No.
that was a natural 20. So it's a 27
So-
total. Natural 20.
Okay. So there we go. I'm just gonna do this. So
Fitz is inspired by Rian being there. See, his BFF.
perusing your way through the books, as Fitz normally does, you effectively chew through several large passages and tomes that have information on sorcerers and spellcasters. Some of it is very simply biographical, which you realize very swiftly is almost entirely useless for what you're looking for. Biographical information, in many cases, is either ghost written by these guys or is outright written by them, which means in this case, you're not going to get accurate information, so it's dog shit. What you wind up kind of needing to look into is more so research papers that they had and put out. A few of them are still visible and available to look at. Some aren't. Some very much have been removed, just judging by the missing spots and dates. So you can see that he published documentation and research from, we'd say, like 1933 and 1935, but you can't find anything that was published in 1934, which means whatever he did then was yanked and someone didn't want to leave it there. What you get is that Vokore Shaw, human, male, at this point he'll be somewhere about like 87 age-wise. He was a fairly short, somewhat stooped individual towards the end of his life. He probably stood only at about like 4'8" total. Unfortunately, the exact information on where he went is unknown. He did disappear, but the rumors and the information leading up to his disappearance does kind of paint an image. A lot of his research was doing with theurgy, which is the act of bringing arcane magic and divine magic and kind of working them together and using them at the same time. It takes a very specific individual to do so, as you need to be not just religious, you also need to be scholarly, which is a hard balance to strike in many cases. A lot of his research appeared to be on the old gods, but at around the 1930s, when the new gods came into existence, his research changed a little bit more, and there appears to have been some indication that he managed to speak to one of the new gods in person. You can't get a solid lead on who it was and what exactly he learned, but just by how it's written, you have the thought that maybe he spoke to one of them. You don't know if he made a deal or anything, but at some point he had a conversation with one. And around that point, you can see that his research kind of goes a little bit more off the rails. Basically, it starts going more into the ideas of ascension and the ideas of godhood and demigods. And a lot of his findings were pointing towards the possibility that a human or a mortal could ascend in some way, shape, or form if they were sufficiently powerful enough and had worship. And then that's basically where it ends on him. But Fitz, from a scholar's perspective, you can see some very big red flags happening from the 30s towards where he disappeared, of a man who's getting way too obsessed in his work and is getting too far into something, and is getting too involved in it. He really should have backed away, and he really should have had someone there to tell him that he was getting a little obsessive, but he does not appear to have been told that. So that's about what you would get on this guy, personality-wise and information-wise. Any really big information? Sorry, it's not here. As you suspect, any very big details, they've been taken, most likely confiscated by the South Asian government.
Well, Fizzy, it looks like the man you're looking for, trying to become a god. Nasty business.
Okay. Huh. Well then. Okay, well. So for right now, I appreciate you finding this. I'm going to think about this for a while. And I'm going to push it to the back of my brain while we deal with Xande. And then I will push it to the front of my brain. Maybe.
And I'll help you push it to the front of the brain. Fitz will have written all of this down and
Okay, I was gonna say, can you write it down?
But Fitz is gonna hand the stack to Fizzy and be like,
Okay.
keep this in a safe place. And anytime we do more research, we'll add to the pile.
Do that. Alright. Thank you.
Nothing.
Would you ever lay the thing about the government having a lot of the information?
Oh yeah. Basically, whatever was said out loud by Connor just now, Fitz was basically just like info dumping about how like information restriction happens and how like, you know, why it happened, all that stuff.
Okay.
Explaining the government to Fizzy while also doing this.
Yeah,
research,
yeah,
like, well,
yeah,
did
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, actually?
Which I don't really know about government stuff, so that makes sense. Okay. Ooh, well, okay.
Out of character, it's basically like the government saying, no, you can't have the anarchist cookbook. We are taking this out of the library. Thank you very much.
Okay.
No, you can't have instructions on how to
Cool.
dismantle the government.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, you don't get to know how to bake a bomb.
But do you know where we're going next?
Make a bomb?
I will point out. Are we going
Bomb.
to Thornhurst? Aren't we going to Thornhurst
You're
next?
going to Thornhurst, yes, yeah.
We're going to Criminal Land.
Bomb.
Bomb?
We're going to talk to High Lord,
Bomb?
right?
We can.
Asher's just sitting over there, just taking this all in at this point.
Cool.
Bomb?
High Lord is good at crime stuff, right? I have information now. I can ask him things to help, maybe. I don't know.
We could still contact him through the sending stone.
I will say, I will point out, we could. I mean, we're going. But I will point out, like, aren't we limited to, like, one message a day with the sending stone? Or is it, like, a cell phone where
With the
we
proper
can talk
sending
back?
stone, which that one is closer to, it's basically one message per day.
Yeah, so
We're like,
it
You
might
guys
be...
you guys can have one conversation, but once that conversation ends, that's it
Yeah.
next day.
That's what I'm saying. It might be easier to go to Thornhurst and talk to him. Because, yeah, we could warn him that we're coming, though. So he's prepared. I'm serious.
Like the one.
Warn him. We're coming to your home.
I mean,
On the
that feels
back down the
fitting for you
hatches.
all, in fairness.
I mean, we are the neighborhood watch.
Yeah, I mean, again. So, like, Fitz. I mean, I would not say anything out of... I would wait until we're, like in the cart to say anything about crime stuff, obviously. Because I assume Fizzy has enough brains to do that. And wait
would
till, like...
assume.
Emotional.
You're
knowledge.
wise.
Yeah.
She's wise, exactly. So we're going to a place where there's a lot of crime, where they do stuff against the government, is what I'm thinking. Things the government doesn't like. Right? Is that what crime is?
Is that what crime is? I haven't had the
She's
concept
asking
of
the group at large
crime
at this
described
point.
to me
To be
yet.
quite honest with you, she is truly
Anybody
asking.
can have crime. I don't know what you mean.
Is crime Is crime okay. I know there are like bad things to do, like killing people who aren't bad. That's a bad thing to do. But like I've also gathered that the government doesn't like things that aren't necessarily bad things to do. Right?
It's
Wait.
you.
So
see,
the
you into
easiest
this
way
thing
to
called
explain this. I got this one. So the easiest way to explain this is the government likes power. So whereas normal people like food, we like shelter, we like just these simple enjoyments. The government as a whole, they like power. It is what feeds them. It is what makes them feel important at the end of the day. So they come up with these very unfortunate rules that are often very arbitrary, called laws. And these laws are just a way for them to exert power over the populace.
It was deceiving.
When you break one of these laws, this is where they get the whole idea of taking you and throwing you in prison and not letting you do fun things.
Asha?
As a previous lawbreaker, some of these are genuinely to keep the order a little bit.
See,
There are other ways to keep order.
when you enter society, there's something called a social contract.
But the social contract is different than laws.
No, the contract is what establishes laws, Asha. When everyone agrees to live together in a community, they agree to the same set of rules in order to keep calm. You give up personal freedom in return for safety.
I'm gonna roll an intelligence check to see if Fizzy understands what's happening.
Oh, itty bitty
You would need to see if you understand the philosophical conversation going on.
She actually rolled a natural 20. So
Oh, good.
Hey,
Jill,
Fizzy's like, suddenly I understand government.
Jill,
Okay.
give Houdini some pats, some big
Okay.
thumps.
Chloe.
Stop that
My
kitty.
Question is,
Oh, this cat. Look at this turtle.
That's Chloe, right?
It is.
Cleo.
Cleo.
This
Why
is
did
a
Chloe-
twitty.
You have a lot of cats.
This is a twitty.
Houdini-
Jill has
Houdini
only
has-
one twitty.
Cat.
Houdini's
Just
a
the fact.
full, a calico with white will paws and a cute little round face.
Okay.
It's hard.
Anyway, as much as I love the cats,
That was funny.
okay. So, we're going to a place, right, where people do things that the government doesn't like, right?
Yeah, I mean, that is the truth.
Okay, so if the government is holding on to information or holding on to stuff they don't want people to see, right? For whatever reason. I don't know the reason, because whatever. Can those people help me get it?
Possible.
they should be able
Depends
to.
on if they have it.
Depends how much we're giving up.
That's also true.
We talked to the guy that is like the boss of all of them, the High Lord, right? He's the boss.
It's not the boss of
He-
everybody.
No, he's just
I don't know.
convenient.
Okay, but can he help me get stuff?
Maybe. Or he might be able to turn you in the right direction.
As you know him better than any of us.
Yeah, I'm asking. I don't know.
Only talked to him twice.
That's more than I've talked to him. So,
From what I understand, outside of character, Highwood was your uncle's fence, right?
Yes.
so can he help me find who can get the stuff from the government? Cass?
I mean, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure there might be an exchange of something, though.
Okay, that's fine. We can figure that out. I don't know how to go about this. And
Mhm.
I want to focus, and also I don't
wanna. Like, I know it's not urgent, but like, if I can have someone else help me or do something for me and see if they can get that information for me while we're dealing with Xande, I can also like call siblings that I have and see if maybe they can help too. Because they're currently getting designs, the ones on the surface.
Why is this music so jazzy?
No, what's happening?
Sorry. I'm really distracted by it. I feel like we should be in a casino.
The radio's happening in the background. So I can focus on the Xande stuff, right? And helping Fitz out, while the other stuff is happening in the background, because I don't know how to go into government stuff. I don't even know where that is. Or where it would be.
Usually look for one of the most expensive buildings.
But like
you see something that looks unnecessarily gaudy, that's usually it.
But if someone else can do that and look for something that's unnecessarily gaudy, it might be better for all of us in general, so that we don't have to do it. And then we can keep going with but like, at least we can get someone else to do that part. If we talk to...
Yeah, having things on the back burner is usually a good idea.
Because I want to deal with... I don't want Fitz to die. So I'm more concerned with that.
Mm-hmm.
Fitz doesn't want Fitz to die either.
My sister... That's going to be a very involved... She's not going to say that. That's going to be a very big thing. That I think is going to take many steps. It might involve calling other people. So if we can start with the step, well, maybe, I don't know. And if we can start with that, I don't know. I would like to talk to the High Lord, Cass.
Okay. I'm just saying, I can't vouch for what, if he'll do it or not, but
okay. I can just help.
I'll try to talk to him about it.
Okay, thank you.
How much magic paper can I buy in this city?
You can easily buy about, I would say like, good 150 from these guys, no problem.
Can you take that off the total?
Sure.
So I can add it to my thing, because I'm doing something for one of you fucks here in a minute. Once we get another long rest.
I like that I don't have to worry about everybody trying to track money individually now. I can just say, yep, I'll just take this off of the group total and we're done with that now.
Some of us still have money on our sheets from ye olden days.
Yeah, like I have 180 gold. Jill's got 122.
Yeah.
And I only have that much because I think I got it from Asher.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There were smooches off of Asher.
So, anything else you need to do here in Elbadil, or do you need to scoot the fuck out of here?
I think we should scoot and boogie.
Alrighty. You guys have yourselves about 2 days of travel between here and Thornhurst.
Yay!
If there's anything that needs to be done between the two spots, let me know.
Asher's just working on things during the off days.
Exhausted. How much spell paper do I need to use to make spell goals with a first level spell?
Let me check.
Weird.
I believe first level spells are like 100, but I'll make sure.
I've got...
While we're doing that, so I'm not rolling for 1.5 million individual things, is Asher able to finish up anything on these days?
So what were the things that you were working on so far?
So we have... I'm going to do a sphere roll, but the big things that Asher's getting close to done with are the grounding on his arm, so his arm, the flamethrower, and now he's working on Kestel's blade. I'm assuming he couldn't do a 3-day turnaround on a blade like that because he has to do multiple enchantments on it.
Yep.
So
if you're just making it a +1 sword, to start with, then that's not that bad.
No, because he's essentially making 3 +1 swords that are all, well, no, it'd be 4 because there's a blade piece and then the 3 pieces. So it's gonna take multiple days. Remember, they're fragments, so it's essentially 4 +1 swords. Just obviously not as big, or technically 4 +1 daggers.
Gotcha. Also, the cost of a spell scroll to purchase is 60 gold, so it's only 30 gold's worth of supplies.
So for 1 level, it's 30. For 2 level, it's...
For 2, it is 120. So that'd be 60 gold to create.
Okay. And for some reason, I have 3 blank spell scrolls, but I never marked what level they were, so I'm gonna assume they're first level ones.
Okay, so Jace, definitely do a roll for the for your orb.
Yep. Plus intelligence. Ooh, let's go. That's a 21.
21 total.
17 plus 4 is 21.
Okay.
I can do math. Look at me go.
You begin to twist and turn along the actual blast sphere some more, puttering away with it to see if there's anything new that's starting to stand out to you. And over the process of a few days, you start to get some progress and some idea that you might be looking at another configuration of it effectively. You don't think you're close to finishing it yet because this one feels significantly more complicated.
Okay.
But you have an idea where you're going.
Okay. And we're probably going to be running out of combinations here soon, I'm assuming.
At some point, sure.
Yeah. Okay. It's going to get to the point where literally I've turned this thing every physical way possible. Okay, cool. So progress, got it. And then progress on all the other things. Cool.
And then some progress on the other things, which we will say that yes, you do.
That way I'm not rolling 40 dice before we get to anything new.
Yep.
I don't want to have you guys be bored.
It's fine. I have 2 spell scrolls I need to make. It's the blank one we have that I have that are for first levels. And the other one is the second one off my running tab for magic paper. I need to make a scroll of clue and a scroll for nondescript.
Gotcha. Nondescript, that's a 2nd level spell, right?
Yep, that's why I took 100. Well, I took 120 off my sheet. Should I have taken 60?
So
I'm tired.
It's
been a long week.
So for a 2nd level spell, that is 60 gold. For a 1st level spell, that's 30, so 90. So 90 worth of spell paper.
And I already used...
You already used one of the blanks, so in that case it's just 60.
Cool. Yeah. And then once I'm done doing that, I'm gonna walk over to Kaz's room. Or wherever Kaz is currently hiding. And just hold out the 2 scrolls. You go ahead a lot. You go ahead a lot. This is clue. You've seen me use a lot. This is a spell you guys haven't seen me use because it hasn't been needed. It's called nondescript. To put it in the simplest terms, it makes it that people can't remember what you look like. They remember someone was there and did something, but they cannot describe you.
Okay. That's if I get caught, right?
If someone sees you doing something, yes.
Okay. So this
Lasts
is a
about 10
non-lethal way to knock somebody out.
It's essentially a way to make people not remember it was you.
Alright, okay.
Like if someone saw you stealing a book from a store, they're gonna know someone stole the book, but they're not gonna look like it.
Okay. I like where this is going. Okay.
I'm trusting you with that. If you don't make me regret it, I can make you more in the future.
Okay, so this is experimental then.
It's not even that it's experimental, it's I don't know how you're gonna use it, and I want to see what you do.
I don't either, but we'll see.
But yeah, you have a clue spell because you go in the front of us pretty often, and I want you to have a copy of that. So you can do the same footprint and fingerprint tracking I can do, and then the nondescript.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you for that, then, Darius.
I'm trying to give people things that'll make them be able to do what they do best. And I'm not very stealthy, so nondescript's only good for other people, really. Use them well. Don't steal from people who need it. I know you can't make any promises. I'm gonna go.
I wouldn't know that. So.
Yeah, exactly. Feel free to steal from another rich people.
Okay. At least I can steal from Xande.
And that's mainly what I needed to do, because I've been meaning to pass those two off to Kaz and keep forgetting.
Okay. All right. Anything else that needs to be done right now? No? All right. In that case, as you guys begin making your way over to Thornhurst, you will find yourself a little spot for you to set up your cart. You'll be allowed in by the man wearing a jester outfit in bright orange and purple. And with that said, we will take a quick 5 to 10 minute break, and we'll be back in a little bit.
Be right back.
Do you remember the...
We are in fact back.
Oh, we're back.
That's how you're bringing us back in?
Yeah, that's how I'm bringing us back in. Welcome back. Welcome back.
You're bringing us back in on the fight about Shreddus?
I'm binging us back in on Shreddus.
That could happen.
I didn't make up Shreddus. I didn't make up Shreddus, first of all.
All right. Get shredded. Get shredded.
I'll fight you all.
Yeah, I know.
We know. So you guys make your way into the town of Thornhurst. As opposed to last time where you were here, it has become a little bit drier. The once muddy, terrible-looking streets are now quite dry and a bit cracked. It still looks like it is damp in places, and not from what you would hope is making it damp. But the town is still, thankfully, a shithole like you left it last time. Yeah. People are drinking in the streets, vomiting in the streets, and of course, relieving themselves shortly afterwards. Mm-hmm. If they're lucky, if they're polite, they do it off of the main road. Some guys will just drop trout, though. This
Imagine
place,
peeing in the street, but like fully dropping trout. I mean, like around your ankles, like pissing in the street.
No, some people do that though.
Not in the middle of the street.
You don't know how drunk they are.
You've never been to New Orleans. I will say this: you've never been to New Orleans because that shit has happened in New Orleans.
It does have.
I would rather not.
It's just the. I'm sorry. It's just the image of someone dropping trout completely to piss is always hysterical, and the idea of doing that in the middle of the street to establish dominance around everybody around you, fucking hilarious.
Wait. Question. What if as someone started doing that, you hit prestidigitation so it didn't appear? Do you think that would really fuck with a drunk?
So much so.
I also...
So much.
I like to, just as a finishing touch on this, pants around the ankles, hands on the hips.
So, funny story about that.
No!
Funny story about
Jace!
that.
What do you have a story about that?
I have a story about that, but that is not for this podcast. Make sure you tune in throughout the week to hear the story. Anyway, back to D&D.
Yeah, we'll find out afterwards.
We'll find out later.
You will.
You guys begin making your way over to High Lord's Pawn Shop, which you see is a nice little established place. large, almost like canvas tents, making a large stretched out area that's been, pegged down so that people can have a nice, somewhat covered location. Making your way inside, you see that it is still the mixture pawn shop / bar. Folks are in here drinking, eating, having some food, while other folks appear to be actually shopping through the High Lord's goods. Some of the goods appear to be maybe magical, others appear to be fairly mundane, and some of which appear to be very much illicit, and probably shouldn't be things people are buying, but they are. Nonetheless, you would still see that the short black tabaxi is trundling his way around the actual pawn shop itself, looking at other folks, and will notice you all as you make your way in. Hey, where you guys been? It's very nice to see you all again.
Hunted for sport.
Yeah.
Good to hear. So, what's about?
Busy. It's your turn.
Can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
I don't know why. I'm just doing it in the high voice, and the high voice doesn't get caught sometimes. We maybe need some stuff stolen from the government.
All right. So what kind of stuff stolen from the government? Like, I can see what I can find.
I'm looking for everything that the government has about a person. Volker Shaw.
Volker Shaw.
Volker Shaw. Sorry.
All right. I can see what I could find about the guy. I'm probably gonna have to reach out to a few of my associates to see if they manage to find anything. It'll take me a bit of time. It may not be a bad idea for you to pop by over at the bookshop that's somewhere around here.
Okay, that might. Okay.
The guy there may still have some information that could be what you're looking for. I think the guy's name is Artemis, something like that.
Okay.
But I can see what I can do. Excuse me. Aside from that, anything else you curious about?
Well, we got an update about Dawn's situation.
You did?
Yeah.
All right. What happened to the old ice cube?
He got framed by a changeling.
Okay. Well, that sucks. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Mhm.
Anything else you found out about the whole situation?
We can't find where the changeling is. I've been
Yes.
told by dang it, I already forgot. I've been told to ask Dottie from the family to ask for information about Dawn.
Mm-hmm. Okay. In that case, we can see what we can find out about it. I do have a bit of an update on that whole thing you guys were asking me to check in on, by the way.
The
Nothing-
stolen good thing?
Yes. Nothing's set in stone yet, but I think we got some pretty damn good leads. If you want, we could talk about this back in my office.
Yeah, okay.
All right?
Hey, High Lord, while we're at it,
Yep.
how much do you want for this?
What?
She's holding up loose.
I don't.
Are you sure? It makes deals.
No, I'm good. Why does he look
Right.
more like a man than I do?
I was about to say, you just offered a black cat tabaxi. A black cat.
How
But a haunted black cat.
how does a quadrupedal cat look more like a human being than I do?
I don't know, Luz. How do you look more like a human being? Don't you mock me. You can talk and we both know it.
Meow.
Excuse me one minute. And Darius is going to
frog
football yuck.
He's a
blasting off again.
he's a bit of a unwanted familiar. He's fine.
Maybe I'll get lucky and someone will kill that one and it takes him a little bit while to come back.
Anyways, office.
Probably
Yeah.
safer for us Syndicats in there.
All right then. So, you guys get led back there by High Lord. There we go. This music's better. Thank you, Sean. We appreciate the money, golds. Oh, fuck my neck.
You're back.
No,
pussy
we're
and
not
my
going
crack.
down that. We're not going down that route. No. No.
So I've got some ideas on the whole situation with the box. Managed to pin down where exactly it managed to go to. On top of that, I got a pretty solid description of what it looks like.
That's huge.
There's more, actually. There's another box.
There's two of them?
Yes. It matches up with it almost exactly. Looks nearly the same. Maker's Mark is nearly a perfect match. But it's a different box from somewhere else. All we know is that it got spotted, and there was a bit of a mix-up that I had to deal with before I had to confirm this information. Confirm the information, turns out it's not the one that got taken from South Ekhace. It was from somewhere in North Ekhace. So there are two boxes at least. Now, I can already hear you asking the question, what's in the box? Don't know. No damn clue what's in the box. Could be anything from paperwork to gold to riches to money to dead bodies to magic stuff. I don't know what the hell's in there.
My vote's
Well, size-wise, it's not that big. That's the problem. You know, box about this big, this long, you know, this tall. There's not much to be put in there. Interesting thing is the details and the stuff that's on it. So, you got your classic filigree and decorative stuff and what have you, which is fine and dandy, but both boxes have some very interesting engravings on them that look more like patterns or emblems. So, the biggest thing is at the very center of it, there's a shape that looks like one big circle with a bunch of round link chains going around it, interlinked with that circle.
Isn't that the symbol that was on top of Ray's roof? Or Roy's roof? That this was found in the center of?
I don't even need you to roll for that. Yes, that is exactly what it was.
They was the same thing that didn't kill. That they broke into the center of it.
Yeah.
Around it was that symbol.
Okay.
I remember things sometimes.
So the source of the box from North Ekhace, where did it come from, or like what city did you guys get intel from?
Well, unfortunately, I don't know exactly where it came from. That's something we're still trying to follow back on. But what I did manage to find out where it was last seen. So it was seen somewhere near the town of Viantito, more specifically the road leading from Belric to Viantito. They saw someone wandering along the path. They had a small amount of goods with them in a cart, and on the cart there was a lead box that matched the description perfectly.
And I'm assuming you don't know what that symbol relates to.
I haven't the slightest goddamn clue. I haven't seen this symbol anywhere. It doesn't match up with any criminal organizations or cults or stuff like that I heard of. It's just some weird symbol. for all I know.
It could be. Do you think it could relate to like a cult or kind of secret society kind of deal?
If they're secret, they're doing a very good job of hiding themselves. But as for where the first box went, or was delivered to, first box got delivered to someone living in Albadil, actually. Guy's basically just some fucking nerd. He's an accountant. He works underneath somebody in that area, basically a government official, and he's just working with them. That's it.
Does he have steel fingertips?
No.
Okay, cool.
No.
Whew.
No, it's just. Well, we know.
I didn't want to. Had
It
to
was
check.
flighty looking fella. Guy had some weird kind of feathery hair, kind of like poofy, blonde, green eyes. He basically looks to be an accountant in the area. We're still trying to nail down solid information on him, but he was delivered a box that matched the description perfectly.
So we're not sure if he still has the box right now in Elbadil.
We're not, but we haven't seen it leave.
So it's probably still in Elbadil then.
That'd be my guess.
We're done with dealing with our business here. We can go back to Elbadil and track this person down.
Aside from that, information past that point's pretty much nothing different. At least nothing different.
Well, it's still a lot of information. At least the last time we came here.
It's certainly a lot more. Been digging in a little bit more on the guy who made the box, to be honest with you. Basically, pretty typical blacksmith, able to do some pretty decent work on containers and safes, stuff like that. Nothing spectacular about the guy. We're currently digging through his paperwork, or at least a copy of his paperwork that we managed to get a hold of. It's interesting, but nothing is immediately standing out to me. You got plenty of orders for stuff like this, though.
Do you know about how many is completed?
Well, I mean, I'll run you through the basic stuff of what he got. Orders for swords from the military, armor, shields, stuff like that from the military. Couple of upper class folk look like they asked for some saves. You know, classic box ones with the dial on it. Then we see the request for 2 boxes that match up with that description almost perfectly. We got, let's see, 2 other boxes close to size, lead, but they're still different size than what we expect. Then we got 4 others, larger in size, larger in length and shape. 1 box, bigger and wider than the other ones, and a small safe. All those are lead.
Do you mind showing me the do you have a copy? Is it the work orders?
Yeah.
For them?
Yeah.
All right. Do you mind if I just take a look at them real quick?
He'll hand it over to you.
All right.
Asher the merchant
Asher-
is looking over merchant copies.
Yeah, exactly. Asher is looking to see if there are any matching characteristics. Like, notes on the work orders of anything additional, or if he's making space for something specific, or
Okay.
like if like the larger one, like one of the larger ones is like something like matching order, whatever, or same as previous order, something like that.
So I don't really need you to do this because you're a guild. I think your background is
Yes.
what? Guild member or something?
Yeah. Yep. Guild artisan.
So basically, looking through the work order, you basically see that 2 boxes were made matching the exact dimensions and appearance that High Lord's already described to you.
Yeah.
The one that was from the south and the one that was from the north.
Mm-hmm.
Then there are 2 others that are in similar materials, lead.
Yeah.
Mild ornate markings is what's listed on the ornate markings is what's listed on the actual work order itself.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a different dimension. It's
Okay.
different in size, a little bit wider, a little bit shorter, but those 2 are matching their size as well.
Okay.
And then after that, you see 4 more that are again lead ornate markings, completely different size, height, length, width than the other ones. And then you have one large box that must be about yay long, yay tall. It's almost like a shallow crate would be the best way of describing it. But it's made. What was that?
Do you think you could fit like a human torso in that box? And then like the other boxes you could put like arms and legs?
Well, theory's there.
Yeah.
Lending credence to the vampire theory.
And then the last one was an ornate safe.
Mm-hmm.
Lead.
Perhaps heart-sized?
So other than building Exodia from all of these, is there anything in the notes? Because Asher's working on a theory. We already saw the chest that can move things.
Mm-hmm.
Are these made of from the same stock? Is there a note that these need to link in some way?
No, there's no mention of these having any requirement for magical rune work. No accepted, no materials that are compatible with it. It's pure lead.
Okay, so they're just decorative.
Mm-hmm. Just decorative boxes.
Just decorative. Even mild ornate work is kind of nondescript up to the artist.
Yep. Nondescript ornate work up to the artist. The one indication that you can have is that they look like they are all made by the same person, so you'd assume that they're supposed to be part of a matching set.
Yeah. So I got that. Is there any sort of notes on who it was commissioned by, even if it's just like a number that's common between all of them, or like a deliver to or to be picked up by that's common?
In the paperwork, no. All sign-offs on the paperwork are just signed with an X.
Which is weird.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's not uncommon.
No,
you know how people will do that. They typically do that when either they can't be arsed and they just write an X on there, or they intentionally don't want to sign their actual name on it.
Yeah, but then also, how are you you're not gonna be able to file it in any sort of way.
Not really.
Which is
the only way.
Either means he got paid up front and he really can't be arsed, or he's hiding it.
Yeah, or he's hiding it.
Yeah.
Which would mean that it would also mean that whoever signed off on this and commissioned it had to be the same person.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to give the box to someone who can't give a signature, can't prove it, and possibly paid a lot of money for this. So this guy had to be the guy who picked it up every time.
And lead is annoying as fuck to work with in a dimension like that has to, So, okay. Bet. Right. So at least it was the same person. These are not... It is more of a matching set. There isn't anything magical about any of these. So they're not transporting things, but these are meant to the boxes themselves are meant to be kept as a set. Wait, Asher, being an artist in quick math, do these boxes fit in other boxes? Like, would you be able to put all of them in the one big box?
No way.
No. Okay. You
definitely wouldn't be able to get them all fit into one box. But
Okay.
like you could definitely put them into other boxes. Certainly.
Yeah. I was just thinking, like, if you put the things in the like Russian
like a
doll style.
matryoshka, Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking like Russian doll style, like stack them all into each other. Okay. But it is weird that somebody has enough specific items that they need multiple boxes for. And you said one was going to the south, one was
one was
in the north.
One was in the south, one was in the north. The one in the north, we saw it on the road leading between, what was it? It was Belric and Vientito, and then the one up south was dropped off in Elbadil.
All right. Okay. I am working on a theory, but continue.
Hey, I'm looking at the things.
With
were they paying a price that matched what the work would have been?
there isn't any pricing on this, is there?
No price.
No pricing.
Are there dates for keeping track of when orders were made?
No. No, there are no dates, there are no names. This was either, honestly, whoever it was who was commissioning these, commissioned them in person, likely paid up front in coin, and then wished to keep anonymous. There's no way here for him to organize these. So even likely these were kept somewhere where if someone was looking to say collect any taxes on anything that he had done, these would not show up.
And this was done more than 20 years ago.
Wait. So there are a number of boxes. These were all done by the same person. They knew what it was that they were going to put in these boxes, and therefore they had them all made specifically for those items. This was specifically done so that it could not be traced. This would be the farthest that it would go. There's literally only enough information here to make the items themselves. So, the artisan who made these knew who was coming to get them.
And the dimensions on the box are on those pages. So, like, the descriptions of them.
Wait.
So
we
could in theory recreate them, so we can figure about approximately what the size of the things in them could have been. Not with lead, just like basic boxes.
I could have these done in, heck, if we're just looking for just the dimension, I could have these done in an hour.
Connor,
Maybe
I want to make sure before I make Asher do this.
Mm-hmm.
There are 4 smaller boxes.
I'm actually writing out the exact dimensions for them right now, so give me a second.
Okay, cool. That's what I wanted to know.
And when we have those exact dimensions, Asher is going to have the bots construct all of them, because it's just literally just with scrap wood, scrap
Just to
nails.
see how big they are.
Yeah, and no
Makes
hinges, just a top you can just pull off the thing, just so we have the
essentially-
dimensions.
Model.
We're trying to
like,
get it so we have a
Mhm.
visualization of what we're looking for.
That's
Yep.
good. Yeah.
I also have a theory I would like to test, but I can't do that until we know more about the boxes.
Asher, the 2 boxes that we already know the design on, Asher is going to have the bots would burn the design into it, so we can also keep track of the designs too.
So we talk by- There we go.
Is that everything, guys, or is there anything else?
That'd be it. And you would set the boxes, the bots
Mhm.
about doing this, basically making them out of wood to get them to similar markings. And you would have in front of you 10 boxes.
I'm gonna ask a dumb question because I want to see if my brain had come up with an idea that made sense.
Mhm.
Could those be arranged in a way to look like a body?
Be a little oddly proportioned, but sure.
I mean, there's 4 boxes that are roughly the same size.
Mm-hmm.
Those would make limbs.
Can you imagine if your arm was the same length?
Yeah, I was gonna say that they're two different.
Yeah, I
It's
know,
a
but
little goofy.
you'd make the leg box longer than the arm box. But so it'd be
Leg
easy.
box
I don't have
connected
time
to
to
the
explain
bomb
it.
box.
I can't explain my brain.
So-
It's 4 boxes that are the same length.
So
You know, I can't
I
explain.
will
what my brain
say, you are assuming that it's a full limb, but
Yeah,
limbs
I was gonna
have
say.
segments.
I was gonna say it could also be like the legs could have been chopped in half. 30 inches.
You got an elbow joint and a knee joint, so
I'm out at the knee.
I hate this.
It'd be a
Hey,
really
this-
tall
Look,
person, but the
base-
4 boxes could be 2 legs. And then 2 boxes that are 24 inches long could be arms. 12 by 8
Torso?
by 8 could also some of these could be the inside, like the safe could be like a heart, and then like the 20. Well, no, that's
Look,
really
even if
wrong.
I'm wrong and it's not body parts, my gut is still saying it's body
It's
parts.
like I'm just thinking of your vampire theory of like that this vampire's been segmented and like
Somebody's trying to
Yeah.
gather that vampire up.
maybe
Look, I will not be dissuaded until given exact proof that it's not vampires.
or it could
gotta
be
catch 'em all. Body parts.
it could be a vampire, it could be something more horrible than that was segmented that we just don't even know about.
Wait.
Michelle's face is just perfectly hidden behind that microphone.
She's
Stop
Mike
making
Wazowski herself.
face.
She does it all the time.
Well, here's my thing. Is there someone that we're like literally just discussing that has disappeared?
You think he's
Yep.
gathering these boxes?
Who knows? Possible.
There's nothing saying it's not.
Considering what he was considering what Fitz told me, he was
Hey.
into some weird stuff, right?
My other question, I guess, is do dead gods leave behind bodies?
One would assume so. You can roll for that, and with a religion check, it'll be a very high DC, or you can just assume so.
I'm going to just see what I get. Yeah. Just like
You couldn't say one way or the other, to be honest.
if you think it's Valkyrie and Valkyrie is gathering and we think it's bodies, it could be a celestial body.
No. Well, no point theorizing until we know where more of the boxes are, and if we don't know what it is, at least inside one of them.
I know what the boxes
So
are.
true.
And also, I asked for help with Volcore, with the government stuff. So
I
maybe
say,
that'll again, that is later information that we can worry about. That is a after problem.
I would say once we fix Fitz, we pay this accountant a little visit.
Fitz is getting
I agree.
neutered. Poor Fitz.
Once
I
we
mean-
neuter Fitz,
Well, disturbing conversations about body parts in boxes aside, don't have much else for you for that right now. But it sounds like there's at least a little bit more to work on Dawn not being, clearly guilty, so that helps.
Yeah.
we're working on it. We do have a lead for that.
Well, I hope it pans out.
At some point, we need to pay a visit to the factory.
What factory?
Whatever
I mean,
makes
it's a pharmaceutical factory in North Eckes. They make a lot of the commercialized medications common for changelings.
Do you know who runs it? Did we ever find that out?
No, you didn't find out who runs it.
That's probably public information, though.
It probably is. I'm not too sure about who runs it.
That's fine. Like as I said, you can probably find out really easily. It was just like in case you knew.
No, nothing solid. Actually, no, I do have something. It's something I just thought of.
Mhm.
So, you know about a traveling medicine salesman, right? Traveling pharmacist.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So, once upon a time, there was one that would pop by here every once in a while. The guy would, I don't know why I'm thinking of this. The guy sold powders and stuff, Instructions were to dissolve it in water and drink it. Pretty straightforward stuff, Well, he got chased out of town. He got chased out of town here, which means someone was really fucking pissed at him. And it's because folks started kind of disappearing. It turns out, he figured out something that he could put into the drug to make people
Make them be compelled.
suggested. Yeah.
What was his name?
I couldn't tell you his name, to be honest.
When was he chased out of here?
It must have been maybe a year ago.
8 months.
A year?
No. It's been 8 months since my partner's been missing. He was a changeling. That timeline adds up.
Oh.
Which means this pharmacist is working with the factory.
And the reason why one of the sellers here could recognize the potion, because it's been here before.
Oh, that makes a lot more
That's
sense,
why he could
actually.
identify it and I couldn't.
I'm not surprised he didn't tell you, in fairness. I don't think a lot of folks enjoy that topic. That or he knew and just wanted to fuck you over, but he probably just didn't want to talk about it.
Will you guys excuse me for a minute?
Of course. Did you ever get those people back?
No, we don't know where they went.
It's probably somewhere around the
If
probably
we
somewhere
find-
around the factory.
If we find the changelings, we'll probably find them.
Maybe.
And there is a trail to follow now.
She's gonna be like, I'll be right back as well. And she's gonna actually go follow Darius after like a couple minutes of
Darius is on a warpath towards the talisman that last time.
warpath. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm calling it a warpath because she's not letting herself get distracted by anything. Like, there could be someone pissing in the street right in front of her, and she's just gonna push him out of the way.
Yeah.
Honor.
She's just gonna kind of. She's not trying to be nosy. She's trying to be like, oh, this information has probably upset her. I should go and make sure she's all right.
Yes, Jace?
Never mind. I found the information.
Okay.
Monsieur.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about the Rex shop?
Rex shop. I'm aware. I'm aware of them. They're schematic thieves, basically. Patent thieves, actually, would be the right term.
Something along that lines. More schematic thieves than anything. Do you know where they happen to be based out of?
Couldn't tell you.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, those guys don't like telling people where they're from. We don't see them here in Thornhurst. They got some errand boys that'll show up every once in a while. But to be honest, they're not they're not here often. They don't stick around. You can always tell it's them though. They drive one of those fancy motorbikes, you know, the ones that have like it's like a bicycle, but it's got a little motor on it.
All right. And specifically, their messengers have those?
Oh, that's what the errand boys always have. They come into town, they take orders from folks, leave, come back.
All right. How much would it cost to get more information on where their comings and goings are from?
I mean, I'm already working with you all on your whole thing with Don, so if this is gonna help with Don, then I don't have a problem helping. What is this?
In a very roundabout way, it would help him. Wait.
I can certainly see what I can do about helping him, but in all honesty, the best way to hunt these guys down will be to wait for one of these guys to show up and trail him. At least in my mind. Problem is, I can definitely have someone shadow them, but if they get caught, they're gonna go to the wind.
This is true. This is true. Tell you what, not a long tail, but if you are able to give me any kind of heads up on the direction that one of these motorbikes would happen to come from here, I would appreciate it, if nothing else.
I can certainly try. It's a big continent.
True. But I have my ways.
Okay. I'll keep an ear out.
I see.
Darius. You are on a warpath. You are on a warpath making your way through Thornhurst, trying to find the alchemist you spoke to last time. The locations have changed. The streets look different. The people always look a little different. But you can recognize the shop like you can anywhere else. Tattered banner out front showing the name of the shop. with a fellow with a little shelf and table set up out front, peddling glass vials and powders of various kinds.
She'll slam her hands down on the counter.
Jesus.
I was here recently talking to you about a potion.
All right. Yeah, what about it?
You told me it was a compelling potion. You didn't tell me someone got kicked out of Thornhurst for it.
No, I didn't.
What was his deal?
Couldn't tell you. He's some shithead that came in and abducted people. I'm assuming he was a slaver. No
What's
slavers
his
in
name?
Thornhurst.
What was his name?
What the hell should I tell you?
And Darius is just gonna lean down eye to eye with him and said, "He stole my child. She's 2. They've been gone for 8 months. He's the only lead I have right now."
Roll your choice of charisma check.
My persuasion and intimidation are the same score. I have expertise in both. I don't know how. I was told not to pick a certain die.
Pick your choice. That's the one that I rolled 3 consecutive ones on before the game started, so think about that before you pick it. And you picked it. Alright. Oh, great. I warned you. Multiple times, actually.
I don't.
You're
Let's see
actually
if
more
if I get-
consequences.
Look. Life is full of consequences, and that's a 16 on the die. Plus 9 for 25.
Not bad.
Nice.
Guy's name was Warwick Anchor.
What do you look like?
Half elf. Brown eyes, black hair.
Any notable features?
I'd call it a pig's nose, if I'm to be honest. Looked like I got punched in.
Probably deserved it. When he was kicked out of town, did he take his stock with him, or did you guys burn it?
He took his stock before we could burn it.
Which means he had all his notes and everything. He wasn't safe in the south where Thornhurst was, so he went north. Thank you.
Best of luck to you.
I don't need luck. I'm gonna put a bullet in his fucking head.
I expected that.
And Darius will walk out of the shop.
Okay, Granny. You see Darius walking out of the shop.
Hey, you alright?
No, I just have a name now.
You got the name from him.
How do you say his first name again, Connor?
It's
Warwick?
Warwick.
Word.
Warwick.
Work.
Yeah,
Work
Warwick.
Anchor?
Anchor. Yep.
Probably a fake name, but people will use a fake name even after they've gotten kicked out of a place.
I mean, if he used a fake name here, he probably used it elsewhere. That's a great lead.
I have a dumb idea.
What's the idea?
Sending will work even if I don't know a person as long as I know their name.
Don't you want to surprise him?
I am. I'm a surprise customer. I'm looking to get into pharmaceuticals, and I've heard good things.
I don't think he'll appreciate a sending spell out of the blue, even if it's supposedly a special customer.
He won't know
I
it's
think
me,
the
though.
business email goes directly to the brain.
I'm gonna advise you to think on it. Don't do anything rash. Your family's on the line.
That's the whole reason I'm rash.
You're angry and hurting.
It's been 8 months.
And what
with
is
no leads.
Just think about how to contact him. It doesn't have to be sending. It's just make sure you're making the wise decision, not just the first decision you think of. What did you roll?
Don't worry about it. Do me a favor. Can you roll a persuasion check?
I can try. Oh.
9.
Sick.
Jill can
You're gonna
attest for
roll
what I
physical
rolled,
damage.
which was a
You roll
12.
one. Okay, cool.
No, I rolled a 12.
Mm-hmm.
So Darius is just gonna nod at you and walk by you back to the group.
That wasn't an answer. Call herself an inspector and just follows her.
Rest of the crew, you guys are still inside of High Lord's pawn shop. Anything you need from him or want from him?
I do, not from him, but
Okay.
what Fitz. Can I go to the bookshop? They might have. High Lord said they might have stuff. Okay, cool.
Monsieur.
Yeah?
Have you heard any rumors about where any indeterminate spheres happen to be?
No. No, I haven't. Because if I did, I'd have got them myself and started selling them.
Okay. Do you know many buyers for them?
No, but it's not hard to find one. Word
Right.
travels out that you're selling one of these things, people are going to try and snatch it up as soon as possible.
Very true. Very true. Very true. So if I were to get my hands on a few, you would be interested in setting up a buyer?
Sure, I could certainly see what I could do.
All right. In that case, if you would be interested in going into the business of moving these, if you happen to hear where one is, if you just let me know, I'm in the business of acquiring them, then potentially reselling them in the future.
Okay, I can certainly consider that.
Just opening up a new business deal for you, if you'd so like. That's all I have at the moment. But thank you for your time and your information, monsieur. I have a drow that I need to go have a conversation with.
Yeah, that's fair.
Be well.
You as well.
After is going to exit to go find Darius.
Okay. Best of luck with your Uncle Kaz.
Yeah, I hope so too. I'm not sure why I need to contact Dottie. Is there something I'm not entirely sure what's going on with Dawn?
Yeah, I mean, Dawn had his fair share of secrets, certainly. It's possible that it was someone he worked with.
I guess that's why Dottie is the answer for that. Well, I'll figure that out later then. So.
Well, best of luck to you, kid.
Yep. Same to you.
Yep. And then you will head out as well, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Okay. So, heading over to the bookshop, Fitz and Fizzy, you two are beginning to peruse the shelves looking for, I'm assuming, information stolen from the South Akitian government.
Yes.
Okay. I would like an investigation check.
Can I provide guidance?
You
'Cause
may.
I can't help any other way. So, guidance.
I mean, you certainly can help. I don't know if you can do it well,
Is this
but you
something I get
can.
advantage on?
Yeah, you're looking for stuff. You're looking
You
for
also
books
get a D-
specifically.
You also get a D4.
Hella. There's a +7. On the die.
21 plus D4. So 23.
23 total. So, perusing through the options here at this this little bookstore, you see that there definitely are a few things that have been stolen, probably from a government library somewhere, or from, by bribing some clerk. And you would manage to find some information on Vokore Shaw. Some of his earlier experiments were definitely leaning into the side of being a little bit morally questionable. Namely, necromancy was brought up a few times in some of the research papers. Especially in regards to the idea of the soul as a path to divinity, as there is this innate tie in his mind between a soul leading its way to an afterlife and the gods themselves. So a few people did die in some experiments trying to trace the line between the afterlife and the gods and the soul itself. You will not find all of it, but his last paper specifically seems to be about the idea of the facsimile of deism, so the idea of being a fake god, and how there may be a tie between the belief that we mortals can create and the actual power of godliness. That somehow our belief can be translated into a form of fuel. And it uses some interesting examples of that, namely a cult that existed over in northern Pakresia about 30 years ago, which appeared to be a pretty good example of his theory that godhood or something near godhood can be achieved through worship. forced or otherwise. This is a worrying conclusion for a man like this to be ending off on.
Fitz will give Busy like the 3rd grade version of that.
Yeah.
Writing it down in the not 3rd grade version. So writing down the complicated stuff and playing Busy as best you can. Like, when you die, you go to heaven, and we go to heaven, you die. It is not by scanning like a printer.
Trying to
A scanner.
a scanner. I mean, you have a trait that allows you to research things extremely quickly. So yes, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's good to know. Not
Alright.
good to know. Like, it's good to know, but like, it's not good. Bad.
It's bad to know, but good to know in a way.
It's important to know, but it's
If only
bad.
we knew
It's very.
how they possibly could have defeated that cult in Lucretia 30. That's crazy. How did they even defeat those guys? They must have been crazy strong, super hot. I don't know.
Super hot. So
Super hot. Yeah.
It must have been a
The
6-hour
person I'm
fight.
making this joke for is not even paying attention.
I'm taking a U quiz about what Pokemon Gym Leader type.
Why? We're playing Dungeons and Dragons.
I got distracted.
We're talking about your campaign 1 character, and you're just don't give a shit, dog.
I'm a ghost gym leader.
About to be a ghost. But yeah,
Thank you.
Fitz will again give Fizzy the papers with the compliment mumbo jumbo on him.
She doesn't know what it means. She puts it away.
We will use those to teach Fizzy to read it. It's gonna suck. This is a simile. I know it looks like Fastest Smile. I know.
That's like giving a monkey a physics book to learn. Don't give
Ruben?
Ruben a physics book.
That was like we literally have a monkey I can teach physics.
I mean, to get the cart, I think she has like in the cart she has like a spot for that. Like she'll like ask for the room for a spot that's safe. That's hidden.
Yeah, please have a pink folder, please. Preferably with like a cat on it or something.
Like a
Thank
Lisa
you.
Frank school folder.
Lisa
Colors.
Frank folder.
All the
With those rainbow
colors.
leopards.
So,
But no,
my brain's thinking about giving physics lessons to Ruben, and just thinking about the fact he'd have a foot and be able to look at a room and be able to bounce it off the walls 4 different ways and still hit his target.
Ruben.
At this point,
You said
after
you have a
that,
spot for it in the cart. Is it in your room or is it in a general area?
I think she would leave it in a general area, but like hidden away. Like it would be
Yeah, okay.
like hide it in, open the like rug under rug. You know what I mean? Like
Busy goblin crouched over a rug. Hiding.
there's a hole
Slav
in the
squatting over a
Thornhurst.
rug.
And that's where all the papers go.
Mhm.
But like it's where anyone can get them if they need it.
Winter.
It's where anyone can go if they need it to get it for some reason or another.
That I think was completely missed.
I think so. That's where Fizzy stores nuts for the winter.
Anything
proud.
else you guys wish to do
That
here in
was funny.
Thornhurst?
Doesn't need to be done at Thornhurst, but Asher's gonna find Darius for a quick conversation.
Okay. I mean, you'd be able to find Darius pretty easily. They have to go back to the card eventually.
Where?
Oh, I'm in my room.
Would talk me, Angie.
No,
Doris.
me working on my giant string board.
You need a bit more cross for that one. Did you get any more
I'm gonna
information
roll
on
something
your potion maker?
You're lucky I rolled a 15 for what I just rolled for.
Of course.
His name Orc Anchor.
Warwick Anchor. Did you get any more? It was a compulsion potion.
That's what it was when we checked it like half a month ago.
Do you want me to put another expert looking out for this individual?
He's in half health with brown eyes, black hair, and it looks like someone punched him in the nose at one.
All right. I can put somebody on this. I'll get in touch with Sol.
I have a dumb idea that Granny thinks I shouldn't do.
Okay, what you got?
Sending?
Absolutely the fuck not.
Why?
So, let's put this from the perspective of an individual who is clearly flighty as all hell. They have some sort of plan that they are working on. Whether this is their real name or an alias, here's the problem. If they know that somebody is onto them, you are putting the lives of the people that they've already captured at risk. We do not know where they are. We don't know anything like that. Playing a strong hand, going in with a strong hand, in this case, is more likely to send them back underground, making them even harder to find. Trust me, I am working with the same sort of annoying things with the rec shop. I'm having to go about it in a very slow and meticulous way. You know me, not the way that I like to do anything. So, I'm going to give you the same advice I am currently giving myself. You don't want to put him onto you until you know where your child is and you know that you can get your child out of there before he has time to react or use your child against you. If it weren't for the fact that he has your child and your partner, I say, let him know we're coming. We're going to kick the fucking door down and he's fucked already.
Not that reckless. I was gonna pretend to be something else.
Decent idea. Here is the problem. What if that is not the way that he's normally contacted?
Kitty.
Exactly. They're everywhere. But if you spook him in any sort of way, we don't have enough to... We have not located him well enough just yet. So, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying don't do it yet.
Hey, Jay.
If that makes sense.
It's your turn to roll a persuasion check.
Cool, and I'm gonna baffle with bullshit.
Would that work against Davis?
I'll only say no if you say no.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
Time with it. It works,
That's okay.
but she's annoyed by it.
Yep.
What'd you roll?
Hold on.
I could even convince you that it should work now because you're frazzled.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's a 24 without baffle.
You got it. I rolled a 17, so.
Mhm.
She just lets out a very deep sigh.
No. I am aware. Trust me, I want to... I actually have a weird kind of fucked up plan. We could do something fun with him. Especially if he is actually a slaver. I have an idea. I could use him in an experiment.
I want to put a bullet in his head.
You don't have to do that. I kind of need him
No,
alive for this.
No, I'm putting a bullet in his head.
Doris, remember the conversation that was had earlier about there are things that are worse than death?
There are things after death you do not know about, Asher.
What if you could keep him alive?
We're the only two people in this cart who have ever died. You and I both know there's something after that little limbo.
Where? But what if you didn't let him die?
He doesn't need to live forever. He'd find a way, Asher.
With the idea that I have, no. He could actually become very useful.
Asher? I don't want him useful. I don't want him to be used. I want him gone. The knowledge he has isn't something that... Asher, no one else knows how he does it. If somebody even manages to get that information from him, even by some small chance while he's alive...
There's
more
no
people
way.
who use it.
No, there's
Asher?
no way he would be ever...
No, listen to me. You're not infallible.
I know I am not infallible. I'm just saying they would never, no one would ever be able to get information from him ever again.
What are you so convinced would work?
You know how you sometimes have issues with breathing?
Yeah, it's called an injured trachea.
Sure. What if I could find a way to give you some sort of breather and have it just run forever?
I'd pass.
Okay. It was an offer.
I know. The difference between me and you, Asher, I accept what fate gives me.
Nah, that's just boring. This is boring. It's way too boring. I don't like it. There's so much that can be done. There are so many good things that can be done.
But I'm already gonna live a long time.
You are.
I don't need to make it longer.
Oh, I
I'm
don't
already
think
gonna
this
have to
would.
see my kid.
I don't think this would expand your lifespan. I just think it would make it better.
No, I think it would. Because I'd be able to live longer, because I could breathe better, and eventually Asher. I've made peace with that. You don't get your entire throat slit open and come back the other side, right as rain.
But you could. I know.
But I didn't.
I know. This is not the way that you want to live, and I am not one to push the way that I want to live and the things that I want to do onto you. So that is not what I am doing. I respect
Not all of us are scared to die,
your
Asher.
decision. But you had to bring that up, alright? It's fucking terrifying. I need to stop being Ethan. Really, like, it is becoming a problem that I'm just...
How many
Anyway.
times are you gonna bring that up?
When it stops happening, I stop bringing it up. That is as simple as that. It is one of many problems I am thinking
You're being more
of.
dramatic about getting eaten than I am about dying.
You have made peace with your death. I didn't make peace with the first one.
You have to learn to make peace with things as they come. You can still fight fate, but at the end of the day, I said it before, you're not infallible, Asher.
Sure.
Even if you make yourself a perfect body and you put your soul in it and it never ages, you're one bad fight away from dying.
If you say so.
Even gods and liches die, Asher.
Not all gods die.
But gods can.
They can.
You're not a god.
No.
And I hope you're not working on becoming a lich.
No, that is no. That first of all, I do not like killing people like that and using their life force to fuel me. That is rude. But I can do it better.
Darius is just gonna grab both of your shoulders and go, you have to make peace with death at some point, you arrogant little brat.
I will when I get around it, you crusty old lady.
When you inevitably die, and I'll have died, I'm gonna chase you down and pull you by the ear and make you deal with it. You know that, right?
You will have to catch me first, but if you have trouble breathing, at least I know that my legs will still work, and my lungs work better than yours. Which is saying something.
It's the afterlife. My throat worked fine when I was dead.
We will test that theory when we get to it.
There's no need to test. I ran around when I was dead, Asher. I tried to work.
Of course you did.
And got no leads. All I got was that.
It was something. Look, I'm going to...
Is this something?
It is something.
It's antagonizing Kermit 3 days a week. Kermit, sorry.
Currently, Luce is sitting on top of Sermit. Like, Sermit, which is kind of trying, like, Sermit's kind of start trying to ball up and rest, but, like, their eyes are very much open. As Luce keeps getting up and moving and readjusting themselves as he is sitting and laying on top of Sermit. And then just sitting back down while Sermit just kind of sits there, eyes open, occasionally looking in the direction of Fitz.
It is alright. I might be able to get rid of your friend here at some point.
Also, the reason I said Kermit is not because of the... There's a Kermit sitting here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also over there. The Halloween Kermit.
Mm-hmm.
I like
There you
Kermit the
go.
Frog.
I know, but it threw me off.
Kermit the Frog is awesome. Alright.
How long has it been sitting there and I've just missed it?
Like 2 weeks, maybe 3. Actually, since the last time we had a yard sale, so many weeks.
I don't know. Anyways.
There you go. Up our string. Again, up our string.
This time Darius doesn't hesitate and does shoot at Asher. I'm not trying to hit, just near him, so I'm not gonna roll for it.
Okay. With that said, unless there's anything else that you guys feel is especially important.
I'm sorry. I need a roll on 2 things.
Okay.
Asher's gonna ask to borrow the blood book.
Okay.
One of them I'm gonna message you on. The other one I can do out loud. Asher is God, I think Asher is looking for information on the warp crux, honestly. If this guy knows anything on the warp crux itself, he's gonna put 10 hit points worth of blood into it. See if he gets anything on the warp crux.
Okay.
Back out.
You put in 10 points of blood, or points of health, and the book will write back. The warp crux was a location created by Etertremini, intended for the purpose of creating a mass teleportation network. That's all I will say with 10 points of health.
Okay. I'll have to try that again later. Asher is gonna put in actually, hold on. We got spells to burn. Yeah, I'm just rolling these on here to see how much I get. 9. Perfect. Asher is going to put in 42 points of health into the book, and I am messaging you what it is that he is looking for the information on.
Okay. In that case, I will answer that question off stream.
Cool.
With all that said, thank you all so very much for being here. I hope you guys did enjoy the stream. I hope you guys did enjoy the game, my players. If you did, pass the word around, tell your friends. We stream regularly, Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Friday. Nope. I'm just listing days. Sorry. I spaced out. I spaced out for a moment and just started listing days. Yeah. Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. With all that said, all of us here are getting a little bit hungry. If you want to catch up with us, you can join our Discord. You can join our Twitter at Dicefunctional with an _. If you enjoy our videos and our podcasts, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can follow us on Spotify. But with all that said, say bye, stream.
Bye, stream.